stock update. So it did get back above $1,000 and looks like it is acting as a support for the past 2 days, and it hasn't done much last 2 days after this huge run up, and it was 30+% move, to be exact, around like 35% move. I mean, how often Tesla moves this much in a matter of 7-8 trading sessions? It doesn't occur very often. And if you think right here, right now, from $1,000 that it's gonna keep going like this, another 7 in about same time period, it's gonna go hit its all-time highs. I mean, probability of it's very, very low. But to the upside, it still has room to hit like next level of resistances to watch. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So what is the resistance? What is the support if it does go push higher, squeeze higher? Because this rally for the most part was caused by a lot of option buying activity. And I'm not going to say it's retail because retail doesn't have that much money. So I think when I made a video last time, stock was right below 950, and that day alone, I think in a matter of like 2 days, actually, 21st and 22nd of March, 10 billion worth of basically amount of contracts equal to 10 billion worth of equity was traded. So that's a lot of money, and that's why you saw this huge breakout from 923. We did run all the way to 1,000, so basically 100 points. So from here, resistance, I think 1100 right here has a lot of volume. I was looking at volume profile. I'll show you in a bit. So that's my resistance. As a support, 1,000 is acting as a support. If it falls, 950 and then 900, these are the support levels. Let me bring up volume profile and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So if you look at the range here on a volume profile, pretty much a lot of volume traded in this zone between $1,100 and $1,000 right here. So this zone, so anywhere above $1,000, pretty much that's the resistance. That's where a lot of sellers are. A lot of people who got caught in this volatility, who thought that it could keep going higher. A lot of people still holding the bag if they bought it above $1,000, if they haven't sold it, of course, at these levels. And also, Tesla almost pretty much from this fall, I think we are almost halfway through, recovered almost a little more than half of the drop from 1242 all the way to 700. It dropped, and then we bounced 300 points. So yeah, give or take, slightly more than half of the gain is recovered, and it's now in an indecision mode. So, and if you're talking about, like, if you think that it caused by Berlin factory and stuff, I mean, it was priced in well before that. All right, it's just pure squeeze, speculative option activity, and from here, for this stock to push higher, you need a decent catalyst. Also, let me take a look at the option activity for Friday. We cannot look at it I mean, just for one day. I'm not going to go through everything else, like by strike prices and expirations. We'll take a look at the probability of Tesla hitting all-time highs by, let's say, they're about to report earnings, right, at the end of April. Q1 is about to be over in about 2-3 days. So we'll take a look at that. So volume-wise, calls, 872,000 calls were traded, 577,000 puts were traded. And I cannot tell if these calls were sold or purchased, how many of them were purchased, how many were just naked calls. So it's just for you to go through, because that's a lot of volume, hundreds of thousands of options. But what's the market pricing in? Let's say they're about to report April 28th, I think 27th. I think 27th. So let's take a look at April 29th. Probability that Tesla is going to have a run, well, let's say 200 more points from here. I mean, that's a lot of move. It's 20% move in a month. But option markets, if you look at the open interest as well, for $1,200 strike price for April, these contracts are not cheap. They are going for 17 at the bid, 19 at the ask, 15%. That's what market is pricing in. And also 15% probability of that strike price going into money. Well, what option market implying is 159 points. So basically option market is saying that, okay, it can be up by that date 160 points or down 160 points. That's what it's pricing in for April 29th, 1 month exactly from here, and their earnings scheduled 27th of April. So for me, from here, if it starts rolling over $1,000, I think that it can come back down to the moving averages. If I bring up the moving averages, you can see, for me, it's still in a downtrend. Just by looking at these two, these are the highs, lower highs. This is my resistance trend line, this yellow line right here up top. So I'm using this line as a breakout point. So if it gets back above 1150, okay, it's out of downtrend, but until then, still very big range volatility, downtrend. And if you look at this yellow line on my chart, this represents 50-day moving average. I think if it does sell off, then that's the support I'm watching, because look at this level being resistance for quite some time, and it went through it just like nothing. Pretty much it did held. One day it acted as a resistance, second day it just went through it because of so much call buying activity. And if it does come back down, I think this range 900, 950, that will be the support where it can pretty much chop around, or it will just find some bid. So that's the video. I don't want to make it too long. Thanks for watching. See you in the next update. Peace.